I want to talk about something a little different here today that nobody hardly ever talks about. If y'all would, go subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and ring that notification bell. But what I'd like to talk about, for example, is just like this Cadillac's a perfect example. I always catch all the slack of people saying, I can't believe you're letting this car just sit here and rot in the ground. I can't believe you're just letting these cars sit here and just rot. You're not doing nothing with these cars, just letting them rot in the ground, man. I can't believe you do that to these cars. What about the people that do this to the cars that put them here to start with? For example, this Cadillac. Guy took it all apart, gonna restore it. He took all the glass out. He took the grills out. Now, I did cut the wings off the quarter panels myself. Everything else, he has done. But he stripped this poor old car to nothing. Motor's still sitting in it, transmission, it's a wonder he ain't done had that out. But took all the glass and the whole entire solid dash, all the interior, had bent most of the chrome stuff trying to get it off, broke the windshield getting it out. Then after he gets it all stripped, that gas tank out, bumpers off, and he said he was going to completely restore the car. That's why he started stripping it down to nothing. Well, he gets it all stripped down to nothing and then figures out he's in over his head. He don't know what he's doing. He don't have that much time. He don't have that much money. There's always some reason why people get these cars stripped plumb down to nothing and then walk away from them, quit. There's part of the dash in the trunk. Most of the dash. I mean, he tore the car completely all apart and then decided, well, he couldn't fix it. But so many cars come in here because of that. People take them apart, gonna restore them. And then for some reason or another, they can't do it. I end up buying the cars. And then I get the blame. Nobody ever gets the blame for, oh, they're the one that destroyed that car. They're the reason it's here. I never hear that. All I hear on my end is just, oh, it's my fault. I'm letting the cars rot. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Well, if that meant for me, after the guy that stripped his car like this, if I hadn't bought it, it would have went across the scales, through the crusher, and it'd have been completely gone. I buy the cars. I try to sell parts off of them to other people wanting to fix their cars. Or you make customized stuff. For example, the fins off of this one. I sold those to a guy who's putting them on an S10 truck. Said he's making a Batman truck. All I can say is to each their own, but he's going to put the part to come off the door here on his door. That's where the fin actually started. It started coming up on the door here, so we just cut this whole door skin off, but the fin started up on the door and came all the way back. And like the further back it went, the taller it got. So he is actually putting that on an S10 truck that he's making a Batman truck out of. I just thought I'd bring that up today about how people take the cars all apart just because they're going to restore them. And they never do nothing else with them. They end up selling them. They're just junking them because they took them all apart for no reason other than, oh, I was going to restore it. A lot of these cars would actually still be on the road and running and driving if the people just hadn't took them completely apart to restore them and either not know what they was doing or not have enough money or whatever the situation was. And I have had a few. That's been because of the divorce. The guy took it all apart, ended up getting a divorce. Well, then he loses the car. I mean, I can kind of understand a little more about it that way, but it still junks the car. Most of the time I end up with the cars. Some are put back together, but most are used for parts. I have probably around 4,000 vehicles here. And a lot of these older vehicles are here just because somebody chose to take them apart. Because it's going to restore it. And it just never happened. So I would like to get a little bit of the blame off of me on I'm the reason these cars are sitting here rotting in the ground, when technically somebody else is the one that's destroyed the car. I'm the one just saving it and selling parts off of it to help somebody else fix their car or their project, if may be so, like the wings coming off the side going on a Batman truck. So I just wanted to have a little conversation about that this morning. So I guess my rant's over for now. I'll move on to you guys another video real soon. I may do the one on the Edsel crossroad. I got an Edsel. It was a running, driving car. The guy tore it completely apart. I mean, motor, transmission out, front clip off and apart, rear end out from under it, front end out from under it. And then he ended up taking the running, driving Edsel, like I said, and he ended up taking the motor, transmission, rear end, front end, all that out from under it, and took it to the scrapyard and sold it for scrap because he was going to put some newer model something under it. And then guess what? It never happened. Now I've got the car sitting over in a junkyard, completely tore all apart, and motor, transmission, front end, rear end, everything gone. They went through the junkyard, so the car is parts car now, where it was actually a running, driving car before the guy just decided to take it apart to restore it. So come on here, guys. Some of y'all need to take the blame yourself on the reason why some of these cars are here. It's not all on me. I'll come back to another video later. You guys have a great day.